Have you ever looked out at your garden in October and thought, well, that's it until spring? You're not alone. Most gardeners pack up their tools, clear the beds, and wait for the next growing season. But here's something surprising. Your soil isn't sleeping, it's waiting. Right now, beneath those quiet garden beds, the ground still holds warmth from summer, and billions of microbes are quietly alive, ready to work if you give them the right nudge. And the best part? You don't need a single bag of fertilizer to do it. In this video, we'll share 2 simple, natural mixtures you can pour into your soil this October to reawaken microbial life, rebuild structure, and restore fertility, with nothing more than yeast, a few minerals, and a bucket of water. Stay with us, because what you do today, quietly, gently, without heavy lifting, could mean richer, healthier soil in your best spring garden yet. There's something special about fall. The air turns crisp, leaves shift to brilliant gold and crimson, and the garden seems to pause. But beneath that quiet surface, October holds a hidden opportunity. Across most regions of the U.S., the soil is still warm from summer, even when the air starts to chill. And that lingering warmth is essential for microbial life. Bacteria, fungi, and earthworms don't hibernate the moment temperatures drop. They stay active as long as the ground remains above freezing. This makes October the perfect month to feed the soil before the real cold sets in. According to sources like the Old Farmer's Almanac and EcoWorm Organic, fall soil prep helps improve both structure and biological activity, setting the stage for better spring growth. And here in the U.S., especially among senior gardeners, fall is seen not as a time to rest, but a time to give back to the earth, quietly, gently, and with care. It's a season of tending, not just tidying. Many gardeners use this slower pace to do thoughtful work, spreading compost, building beds, and yes, pouring in life. Because October isn't just a wind down, it's a launch pad for next year's success. Soil is often misunderstood as dirt, a passive medium to hold roots. But real gardeners know soil is alive. Beneath every bed is a rich underground world, a web of microbes, fungi, and earthworms, all working quietly to build the foundation of plant health. When you pour natural mixtures like yeast and mineral boosters into your soil in the fall, you're not just feeding dirt, you're feeding that ecosystem. Microbes begin digesting old root systems and leaf debris. Fungi stretch their mycelium through the soil like bridges, and earthworms begin aerating the lower layers. What results is not just decomposition, it's transformation. Yeast acts as a biological spark, waking dormant microbial life. Minerals replenish what the growing season stripped away. Inorganic matter like compost or biohumus gives these organisms a habitat to thrive in through winter. In many U.S. gardens, especially suburban lawns and older vegetable plots, soil has become compacted, depleted, or overly treated with chemicals. For older gardeners who may not want to haul compost or dig deep, this method offers a low-effort, high-impact solution. By feeding the soil now, you're rebuilding its structure and restoring its ability to care for plants naturally. Come spring, you'll see the difference, not in what you added, but in how the soil responds. Number 1, yeast revival mix. The same yeast you use to bake bread can be used to spark new life in your garden soil. It's simple, affordable, and might already be sitting in your pantry. To make the yeast revival mix, dissolve 1 standard packet of dry active yeast, about 10 to 12 grams, into 10 liters, roughly 2.5 gallons, of lukewarm water. Let the mixture sit in a warm spot for about 24 hours, loosely covered. By the next day, you'll see tiny bubbles forming on top. That's the yeast waking up. Once it's ready, take a watering can and gently pour it across your cleared garden beds, especially in areas where heavy feeders like tomatoes, beans, or peppers grew this summer. These are the spots where the soil has worked the hardest and where microbial life is now hungriest. Within days, you may start to notice changes. The soil feels softer and more crumbly. Earthworms come closer to the surface. The color deepens to a rich, dark brown. What's really happening? The yeast acts like a microbial starter, feeding beneficial bacteria and kickstarting biological activity below ground. While research into yeast's role in soil health is still growing, its fermentation properties mirror what naturally occurs in compost. For older gardeners or those who prefer a low-effort approach, this is a gentle but powerful method. Tip: use a lightweight watering can and apply during a mild, overcast day when the soil is moist but not frozen. Avoid using it on bone-dry or frozen ground. It won't absorb properly, and no need to dig it in. The microbes will do the work for you. Number 2. Autumn Mineral Booster. Once you've sparked microbial activity with the yeast mixture, it's time to follow up with a nourishing mineral blend, something to feed and stabilize the soil ecosystem through winter. Think of it as giving your garden a warm, balanced meal before its seasonal rest. Here's how to make the Autumn Mineral Booster. In a large bucket, combine 10 liters, 2.5 gallons of water, 1 teaspoon of potassium humate, 1 cup of sifted wood ash from untreated hardwood, a small handful of compost or biohumus. Stir thoroughly until the mixture turns dark brown, similar to a strong brewed tea. Then, pour the solution evenly over your garden beds, focusing on areas that were heavily planted or harvested. Each ingredient plays a crucial role. Potassium humate helps improve soil structure, moisture retention, and nutrient exchange. It supports the microbial life sparked by the yeast and enhances the soil's memory. Wood ash adds calcium, potassium, and trace minerals, balancing soil pH and replenishing elements lost during the growing season. Compost, or biohumus, introduces fresh organic matter and living microorganisms, which continue breaking down plant residue all winter long. The result is a more resilient, fertile soil come spring. Seeds germinate faster, roots grow deeper, and the earth holds water better, reducing your need for added fertilizers or constant watering. For older gardeners, this method is especially helpful. No tilling, no heavy lifting, just a bucket, a watering can, and a calm afternoon. Choose a day when the soil is still warm, the forecast is dry, and the sun is gentle. With just one pour, you'll be restoring the foundation for a thriving garden next year. The best time to apply these mixtures is right after your final summer harvest, while the soil still holds warmth. Ideally when temperatures are above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is common in most U.S. regions through early to mid-October. As Tom's guide notes, this is a crucial window before the ground begins to freeze and microbial life slows down. Here's a simple step-by-step. 1. Clear away dead plants and weeds from your beds. 2. Loosen the top few inches of soil, just enough to break the surface and improve absorption. 3. Pour the yeast mixture first, giving it an hour or two to soak in. 4. Follow up with a mineral booster for added nutrients and structure. 5. Top with a light layer of mulch, shredded leaves, straw, or aged compost. Avoid plastic sheeting. You want the soil to breathe. In northern zones, 3 to 5, time is short. Apply in early October. In southern zones, 8 to 10, you may have until late fall. Epic gardening. The benefit? You're laying the foundation for a thriving spring garden, with less need for fertilizers, fewer weeds, and more resilience against weather swings. This method is simple, but only if done right. Here are a few common mistakes to avoid. Don't apply when the soil is frozen or bone dry. Microbes need warmth and moisture to activate. Wait for a mild day after light rain or water the soil first. Use wood ash sparingly. Too much can make soil overly alkaline, especially in high pH regions. Avoid mixing these natural blends with synthetic fertilizers. The salts and chemicals can kill the very microbes you're trying to nourish. Don't expect instant results. This is nature's quiet work. It takes time, not days, to rebuild soil life. For older gardeners, choose a calm, sunny day. Use light tools or watering cans, and don't hesitate to ask for a helping hand. This method is simple, but only if done right. Here are a few common mistakes to avoid. Don't apply when the soil is frozen or bone dry. Microbes need warmth and moisture to activate. Wait for a mild day after light rain or water the soil first. Use wood ash sparingly. Too much can make soil overly alkaline, especially in high pH regions. Avoid mixing these natural blends with synthetic fertilizers. The salts and chemicals can kill the very microbes you're trying to nourish. Don't expect instant results. This is nature's quiet work. It takes time, not days, to rebuild soil life. For older gardeners, choose a calm, sunny day, use light tools or watering cans, and don't hesitate to ask for a helping hand.